Last time we proved that Cal Raleigh the Big Dumper broke MLB's math with his impossible combination of elite defense and record-breaking power. He is the physical manifestation of a chaotic statistical anomaly. But today we zoom out because the problem isn't just one catcher in Seattle. The problem is far bigger. It is a $20 million glitch that affects every free agent contract, every trade decision, and every single team in baseball. The entire foundation of modern baseball is built on one number, WAR, wins above replacement. It's supposed to be the ultimate objective truth. It is the number front offices rely on to value a player's worth to the penny. But we're going to show you how a statistical failure to evaluate defense is creating massive multi-million-dollar discrepancies, and why the owners who rely on this number are risking financial disaster. WAR is a genius concept born from the analytics revolution. It takes a player's hitting, base running, and defense, and boils it all down to a single number representing how many more wins they give their team than a simple replacement player from AAA. It standardized the game, allowing a team to compare a star hitter from 1950 to a star pitcher from 2020. Front offices live and die by this number because it gives them a universal measuring stick. And this is where the financial risk begins. In the free agent market, the value of one win is not a guess, it's calculated. Multiple studies consistently show that teams pay between $8 million and $10 million for every point of WAR on the open market. This is the cold hard currency of modern baseball. When you sign a 4-win player, you expect to pay him around $32 million per year. Now, let's apply this number to the Cal Raleigh paradox. The gap between the two most respected analytical sites on his defensive value is a chasm, a difference of nearly 2.5 wins above replacement. Do the math. 2.5 WAR multiplied by the conservative average cost of $8 million per win gives you our $20 million glitch. That's the real financial risk of trusting a broken stat. The core problem lies in the one area of the game where human judgment still reigns supreme. Defense. Offense is mathematically clean. Defense is messy. A defender's value is built on dozens of variables, and the two major WAR systems, Fangraphs and Baseball Savant, use fundamentally different tools, creating an impossible statistical tug-of-war. The catcher position is the worst offender in this data schism. Cal Raleigh's high ranking on one platform is primarily built on his mastery of pitch framing. This metric tracks how often a catcher can turn a ball just outside the zone into a called strike. It's a vital hidden skill. The metric that gave Raleigh the high ranking, Fangraphs, has a heavy framing bias, meaning they credit him immensely for every strike he steals for his pitcher, a critical component of saving runs. But the other systems argue that framing, while valuable, shouldn't outweigh the basics. The second metric, relied upon by the system that gave Raleigh the low ranking, focuses on a player's raw fielding ability, usually through metrics like ultimate zone rating or UZR, or defensive runs saved DRS. This is where the disagreement with Raleigh begins. The algorithms here analyze Raleigh's blocking and throwing skills differently, using a calculation that tends to diminish his overall value. A slight drop-off in a key fielding metric, when combined with the lack of a perfect framing formula, creates a downward spiral in his total defensive WAR. The glitch exists because each side is measuring a different player, essentially using different math to calculate the same result, proving that defense remains the blind spot of baseball analytics. The reality is the most valuable part of a star like Raleigh is the part no algorithm can calculate, the human element. When a front office signs a player to a $105 million contract, they are not only signing a WAR total, they are signing the things that the defensive metrics miss. What does the broken WAR formula miss? 3 critical things. Pitcher comfort. WAR cannot measure how much confidence a pitcher has when Raleigh is behind the plate, or how his game calling contributes to the Mariners' elite pitching staff. This leadership saves more runs than any single framed pitch. Durability and presence. The fact that Raleigh can endure the physical toll of the catcher position for 162 games is a form of value the metric struggles with. A catcher who is always in the lineup, even one with slightly diminished defensive numbers, is more valuable than a perfect catcher who misses 30 games a year. Intimidation. His unnatural swing that can crush a pitch 14 inches off the ground has an intangible psychological effect on pitchers. They can't throw him anything safe, which creates value for the entire lineup that the individual WAR formula cannot credit to Raleigh. This is why the Mariners did not wait for the public math to agree on his worth. Cal Raleigh's $105 million extension, a 6-year deal, is the ultimate proof that front offices pay for the wins they see, not the defensive rating they read. They paid a premium to secure a player who is a proven chaotic winner, knowing full well the public math is lying about his true value. The $20 million glitch is not a minor footnote. It's a massive statistical failure that forces front offices to rely on scout intuition over data, just to prevent catastrophic errors in free agency. It means that players whose value is complex, like two-way stars and catchers, are often misunderstood and potentially undervalued across the league. Baseball needs a new mathematical language to survive, one that can capture the elusive value of a catcher's mind, durability, and leadership. Until then, remember, the number you read on a public site might be understating a player's worth by 20 million. What does this mean for the greatest players in the game? Are their contracts based on the right math? Tell me who you think is the next player whose true value is being hidden by the 20 million glitch down in the comments.